bastards.
I don't know how any of it works.
Baby, you don't know how these people work.
I'll take a polygraph.
Hey, Ronnie, or Tommy, or Paco, or whatever.
He is not. He is provoking my client. Supposed to be in here.
Major Hernandez said he was a defense.
I want to talk to whoever is in charge.
Claire Kubik moves through her morning the way most successful people do, quickly, deliberately, in control of every minute. She is a defense attorney in Marin County, California, the kind who wins the cases no one else will touch. And today, she has only one item that cannot wait. The test in her hand has just told her she is ovulating. She pushes through the door of her husband's workshop, where Tom is bent over wood and tools, and she does not bother with hello. They have been trying for a baby for months. Within minutes, they have moved to the couch in the corner of the room, and Claire is making a small private deal with the universe. Give us this, and we will be the best parents a child has ever had. An hour later, she is in court, dismantling the prosecution in a sexual assault case half the local bar considered unwinnable. By the time she steps back into the open air, the jury has come back her way, and she is the smiling face on the local news. Her office welcomes her like a returning general. Her boss closes the door, drops into a chair, and tells her what she has wanted to hear since the day she joined the firm. She is going to be made partner. It is the best day of her life. She does not know it yet, but it is also the last day of her life as she knows it. That evening, Tom takes her out. They eat, they drink, they end the night at a pool table. Tom is a woodworker by trade, calm and easy with his hands. He grins as he chalks the cue, then switches the stick from one palm to the other. He sinks a shot left-handed, then right-handed, switching back and forth without thinking, the gesture so small and so natural that Claire just laughs, accepts the loss. It is the kind of detail no one would think to remember. Remember it anyway. It comes back. A few quiet weeks pass. Then one night, two intruders break into the house. Tom hears them, comes downstairs, confronts them, and they run, smashing the glass behind them. The police are called. It looks for all the world like a random crime in a nice neighborhood, the kind of thing that happens once and never again. Claire and Tom file the report and move on. Days later, they are Christmas shopping in San Francisco's Union Square, fingers laced together, bags swinging from their wrists. And then the world changes. Federal agents close in from every direction, and Tom is on the pavement before he can take a breath. Claire is pushed down beside him. She is shouting his name. They are not shouting back her husband's name. They are shouting another name. Ron Chapman. They keep saying it like he has heard it 1,000 times before. And the worst thing, the very worst thing, is that Tom does not look confused. At the FBI office, she meets Special Agent Mullins. She demands to know what her husband is charged with, and she is told, with a kind of bureaucratic gentleness, that she has no right to know. He is not a civilian matter. The military is involved. The fingerprints lifted from her own home have matched a man who has been on the run for 12 years. She drives to the military base alone. While she waits to see him, a man in uniform approaches Major James Hernandez. Polite, smooth, he introduces himself as her husband's old partner from the Marine Corps. And there is something just slightly off about the way he says it. Then she is in the visiting room, and the man across from her is and isn't the man she married. His name, he tells her quietly, is Ronald Chapman. He served in the Marines. 12 years ago, he was accused of something he did not do, and he ran. He changed his name. He built a new life with her. He thought he had outrun it. He starts to cry. She just sits there, listening to her marriage rearrange itself in real time.
What happened?
My lawyer's here.
A young officer steps in then, polite and earnest and very, very green First Lieutenant Terrence Embry, the active duty attorney the court has assigned. He takes Claire aside. There is no soft way to say this, so he doesn't try. Her husband is being charged with 9 counts of murder of unarmed civilians during a covert mission in El Salvador. The military is asking for the death penalty.
How about you?
I do okay.
She goes back to Tom. He admits he was there. He admits the squad was sent into a village by their commanding officer, then captain, and now Brigadier General Bill Marks to hunt a terrorist named Danilo Chacon. He admits that 9 villagers died, but the man who pulled the trigger, he says, was not him.
Who did it?
Hernandez.
It was the same polite man Claire just shook hands with in the hallway.
Major Hernandez, Mark's top ace.
You ordered me? Yes.
Major James Hernandez, and the man covering for him is now a general. She makes her decision. She is going to defend him. She takes a leave from her firm, packs up her life and rents a house near the base. Her sister Jackie moves in with her, a wilder version of Claire, a little reckless, very loyal, and because Claire knows nothing about military law, she goes looking for someone who does. His name is Charlie Grimes, a former military attorney, a recovering alcoholic, a man with old grudges against the brass who once buried him. He listens. By the end of the conversation, he is co-counsel.
Mrs. Kubik?
I'm gonna kill that goddamn cop.
Hey, Jacob. You just called me ma'am.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
The pre-trial hearing introduces them all to the prosecutor, Major Lucas Waldron, smooth, polished, completely at home in this courtroom. Tom pleads not guilty. The trial date is set. As they file out, Charlie tests the waters by asking the judge to consider their right to a public trial. Waldron's face tightens just a hair. Charlie has been doing this a long time. He knows what a flinch looks like.
So it begins.
That night, Waldron calls Claire at home. He has an offer, 5 years if Tom pleads guilty. She brings it to Tom the next morning, and Tom won't even discuss it. He will not do a single day for something he did not do. Charlie pushes. Embry pushes. Tom doesn't move. The defense team digs in. There were 7 members of the squad in El Salvador, 7 witnesses against Tom. And here is where the case begins to look strange.
See, if they think we're gonna go public.
4 of them are dead.
Dead.
Dead how?
One was murdered, and the other 2 accidents.
Accidents.
Accidents, mostly. One was shot during a home invasion while his wife watched, and the wife, the only person who could say what she really saw, has since vanished. The 6th man is Hernandez himself. The 7th is a man named Troy Abbott, recently released from prison. Then Claire walks into her own house one night and a masked intruder is waiting for her. The fight is short and brutal. He gets away. She finds Jackie bound and gagged in the next room. She is shaking, but she is not stopping. At the base, she tells Tom what happened, and Tom is rattled. He blames Hernandez. He begs her to step away, says he won't survive losing her. She wavers. She suggests the plea again. He refuses. To prove himself, he volunteers for a polygraph, even though it can't be used in court. He takes it. He passes.
Did you actively participate in the death of anyone? Mrs. Kubik?
Of course I passed.
And here, the world tilts again. A few days later, Claire is in a supermarket when a stranger pulls up next to her in the aisle. He tells her, casual as can be, that Marine covert operatives are trained to beat polygraphs. He tells her this and walks away. Someone, somewhere, is watching everything she does. That same week, she spots Embry having drinks with Waldron. Friendly drinks, 2 officers laughing in a bar.
Well.
You got a lot of explaining to do.
Same group that mysteriously knows every move we make.
I didn't know about the polygraph.
What are you talking about?
Were you with him? Were you drinking with Waldron?
Claire, you can understand.
I understand you're fired.
She fires him on the spot. He is the leak. He must be. It is the cleanest explanation, and Claire is a woman who has built her life on clean explanations. She confronts Tom about the polygraph training. He looks devastated. He apologizes. He swears, again, he had nothing to do with the killings. And she believes him. She has to.
They know every move we make.
Charlie, meanwhile, goes hunting for Troy Abbott. He finds him, buys him drink after drink, lets him talk, and somewhere past midnight, Troy admits the truth on a hidden recording. He was nowhere near the village. He never saw a thing. He was paid to testify, paid to lie, paid to say the name they wanted said. Charlie walks out of that bar with the case in his pocket.
Everybody else said he did. One more witness, no difference.
Days later, in court, Waldron stands and announces that Troy Abbott has disappeared, just like the others. Charlie offers the recording. The judge, Colonel Farrell, refuses to admit it. Without Troy in the room to verify his own voice, the tape is worthless. Claire's mouth opens and closes again. Months of work, just gone.
We'll hear from the defense next Friday.
She does the only thing left. She goes to the press. She talks publicly about a military cover-up, names no names but plants the seed. Her firm is horrified. Her boss demands her resignation. She gives it.
I would like to challenge that man today in El Salvador to please come forward.
This attorney and wife is clearly...
Well, Alex, I have been expecting your...
A man approaches her one night on a quiet street. He is Salvadoran. He has been carrying his story for over a decade, waiting for someone who would listen. He tells her the truth about the bomb. The terrorist Danilo Chacon was killed by a bomb thrown into a cafe in a town called Monte Azul, a bomb thrown not by the rebels, but by an American, Hernandez, the same man who, in the blast, sustained a serious eye injury. 3 American students died in that cafe as collateral damage. The military, terrified of what they had done, blamed the dead Chacon and sent a squad to a remote village to make the cover-up tidy.
You're drunk.
You got
Charlie.
I was out. What you gonna
Charlie finds it the next day a listening device wired into the phone line of Claire's rented house. It was probably there before she ever moved in. Everything they have ever said the prosecution has heard. Embry was never the leak. That same week, on a dark highway, a vehicle comes up fast on Claire's car and forces them off the road. Claire wakes in a hospital bed. The doctor sits down beside her. She was pregnant. She is not anymore. She closes her eyes for a long time. Embry comes to see her. She apologizes for firing him. She brings him back. And Embry, the green young officer no one took seriously, brings the breakthrough no one else has thought of. If Hernandez was injured in that cafe bombing, then somewhere there is a medical record. He would have had to be treated. He would have had to fill out paperwork. Claire takes the theory to Special Agent Mullins. He listens, considers, and quietly hands her the file.
Damn, what a pain in the ass you were.
Hernandez was injured in the explosions. Got to be a classified medical document somewhere.
That night, she walks into a military gala and finds Brigadier General Bill Marks. She lays the records on the table. She tells him plainly either the charges against her husband disappear or these files appear in every newspaper in the country by morning. Marks doesn't argue. He just warns her to be careful.
Make it go away, General, or the document goes public.
She drives home and Embry is waiting for her. Waldron has gotten her removed from the case for speaking to the press. Embry promises to win it anyway, and somewhere else, Charlie has already moved.
military killed her husband.
A source has told him the missing wife of the murdered squad member is living quietly in Mexico, and he has caught a plane without telling anyone. The next morning, the court opens for what should be another day of war, and the judge instead announces that the Department of Defense has dropped all charges against Ronald Chapman for reasons of national security. The room goes silent. Then Claire is in Tom's arms. Waldron looks like he has been slapped. Hernandez sits very, very still. Embry drives Claire and Tom to the airport. They get on a plane. They go home. Meanwhile, in Mexico, Charlie sits across from a quiet woman in a small house. She tells him about the day her husband died. She tells him the killer talked to her husband first, looked him in the eye, and then she tells him something Charlie does not expect. The killer carried the gun in one hand, tossed it to the other, switched back, showing off, ambidextrous. Charlie thanks her, walks out into the heat, and reaches for his phone.
You think that Al's still around here? You know one thing that bothered me more than...
Tom and Claire are at home, celebrating quietly the way you celebrate when you have nothing left. Charlie's call comes through. He asks her if she is alone. She says she is. He tells her what the woman in Mexico said. He asks her to look at her husband's calendar, to check where Tom was on the day that squad member was killed.
Where are you going?
Is Tom still there?
I was going to the store.
She does. He was out of town. She knows now what no part of her wants to know. She has been defending the killer.
Stenson was murdered January.
Yeah?
Tom is in the doorway. He has heard everything. He stops pretending.
I thought you went to the store.
I grabbed the wrong keys.
Those are the right keys?
What are you working on there?
Nothing.
Sure.
I'm not really in the mood for shit. Tom?
I'm sorry.
Did you do it, Tom? I certainly have a right to know. Risked my life for it. Lost a baby.
Yes, I did.
He tells her flatly, almost calmly, that he killed the 9 villagers, that he killed the witnesses one by one to bury his old self. He moves toward her. She runs. He catches her, lifts her, carries her back into the house, drags her into the workshop where their marriage began, and pushes her down to tie her up. A figure rises behind the window. The Salvadoran man, patient, silent, hunting his own kind of justice for 12 long years, squeezes the trigger. The glass breaks. Tom falls. He whispers in the moment before he dies that this is for his family, and then it is over.
Está bien. It's okay.
Months pass, the bruise heals, the marriage is buried, and on a clean morning in a clean office, Claire Kubik and Charlie Grimes hang the name of their new law firm on the door. Two people who learned, the hardest way a person can, that the truth is worth more than the story you wanted to believe.
So I was thinking about a tropical color.
Then they get to work.